I'm named Russell Pearson and welcome back for another Rusty production. Today we're going to be doing some thirsty work. We're going to be making a bottle opener. So I've got this piece of rebar that I'm going to be using for this one. The idea is to flatten out the end, drift my hole through it, or punch my hole and then drift it, and then widen the hole large enough so that I can create the shape that I'm looking for. So I've been playing around with this for a little while. It's the first one I've recorded. Let's see how we go. Here's the horn that I welded on recently, and I've added some more weld in here and got some real deep cuts, and that is actually starting to hold. It was starting to come away a little bit, but after those deep welds, it's pretty much looking the goods. Okay, so there's the mark on the back. Get it centered on that. I really need a bigger hole than this to actually drift through, and this hole itself is far too big, so I need somewhere in the middle on this block that I can actually do that. You'll see here I'm just going to clean up my punch hole and widen it out a little bit, and then I'll try and drift through this one here. We're going through the other side. Right, so there's our hole. Now I'll just head it up and then I'll drift right through. It's not the best setup for drifting, for sure. It's where I need a proper anvil. The main problem I end up having is that the top here is just too much. There's too much there to actually bend around, but I'll show you how I'll deal with that in a minute. Alright. It's still a little bit fat on top. That's unusual in this, just I keep cutting the hole down too far. So normally you wouldn't work the top very much. But in this scenario, I can get away with it a bit more because I've got to actually lose some of that material on top. If you're wondering, the answer is yes. Did I just weld that? Yes, I did. Going to shape the top of this now. That is the basic shape that I'm going for. Give it a heat so I can put the little, I don't know what it's called, but the little tip on the inside there that'll actually catch onto the bottle. Alright, now I've got to try and put the pressure in the right spot so that this See if I can clean it up a bit. It's basically what I'm looking for, but it's just a little bit ugly. It's like got extra dints than I need. Just gonna heat it up and clean it up. Clean up the edge a little bit. Alright, so I'll just heat that up so I can burnish it. Just knock off some of the scale, then cool it down, and then I think we're basically done. All I'm going to do after that is I'm just going to cut it about there, make it just a little one, just a little bottle opener, and then we'll be finished. Putting the end in the fire after cutting it off with the angle grinder, just so I can clean up the bottom of it. Just give it a bit of a rounding out. Not clean, that's for sure. See all this messiness around here? Too many hammer hits, too much folding of metal. But as we all know, watching these shows, all these episodes, I am a novice smith. We're learning how to do this stuff, but I'll have to show you where I've come from to show you where I'm up to. And here's our final result. So it's a little bit rough, but it's come a long way, which I'll show you in just a moment. But before we do, Tiger beer is an Asian beer from Singapore. And in Australia we've got plenty of Asian beer. Alright, so this is where we're up to with our latest one. And the form on that's not too bad. It's a little bit messy, but all in all, that's actually not too shabby. Here's one I did literally the night before. They're both using rebar, but if you can see the difference here, larger mouth on that, which isn't too bad. It actually works quite well. But I had problems with the top here with this extra material that I couldn't get down, which I was able to do in the second one. So I ended up turning that into, I guess, an opener for cans. So that's my second effort. Then I got this big bad boy, and I call this one the overcompensator. And I'll show you exactly why. Now this is the first one that actually worked, but this is my second one that I ever did. And finally I'll show you the first one I did, which is this one here, which literally does not work. So this one, you can't even get it up on top of a bottle to open the bottle. And it's interesting because I've gone from this small one that didn't work to the overcompensator with far too much material, to here trying to get rid of some material at the top, to finally getting something that's actually about the same size. And it's taken me about a week to get from here to there. Well, it's taken me four tries. So that's the journey I'm on. You know, this is about me being a novice and actually learning how to smith. So this is where we're at. So that's the end of this video. This is where we're at. If you liked what you saw here, like the video. If you want to see more, subscribe. And either way, I'd love to hear your comments, whether that be some helpful criticism or potentially some encouragement, because I'm really enjoying the encouragement that I'm getting. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.